Hey, OG. Hey, Compass. Thanks, guys, for showing up. We'll give it a few minutes here and let everybody pile in. How's everybody on this beautiful Sunday? Yeah, I actually have this one, OG. Another one that's up on the shelf there is brand new. Well, it's not brand new. I've run it enough to break it in. But this one I got such a smoking deal on that I bought it because I wanted to mod this one. The other one I got as an anniversary gift for my wife, so I wanted to leave that one stock. And this one I picked up on a smoking deal in Calgary yesterday. Hey, Omni guy. Just because I got it for a cooking deal, and I wanted one that I could kind of see how much it takes to make an RTR a race ready one. Hey John, what's up? Hey Corey, thanks for coming, guys. This is my newest purchase for the fleet. We have a boo here. It's in really nice shape. It's got a little bit of wear on the top, but it doesn't look like it was from flipped over. It actually looks like it was from storage. But other than that, it's in a remarkable shape. There's no marks across the top of the wing or anything like that. So now this thing, they said they managed to idle it enough to get idle tanks in it, and they could never make it run after that. So that's why the guy sold it to me so cheap. So I figured I said, what the hell? I'll pick it up. I know you can still get parts for it. And the other 8, the race version, I'm going to start upgrading this one with all the race stuff so I can leave my other one completely stock as my wife bought it for me. So today is mostly going to be, what are we going to find? Like I said, the body's in really nice shape. A little bit dirty, a little bit not bad, but it's in really good shape. Maybe just give it a little bit of polish or something. I can take all the rest of that scratches out. There's nothing deep by any means. Hey Luke, you finally made it. I picked this up last night, Luke, in Calgary. This is my newest purchase. You guys can see it's pretty clean. A little bit of dirt here and there, but nothing serious. I got a feeling the tune is going to be way out to whack, but we'll find out on the live here. The only thing I did do was charge the batteries because there was batteries in it. So we'll see what it does electrically and see if the servos are good or bad or not. I paid, I don't know if it's a Compass deal, but I got a pretty good deal on it. This thing's only, like I said, it's had a handful of tanks through it. I paid $760 for mine, Canadian obviously, so that's not a lot US. But then this one I picked up in Calgary for $350. So no, I didn't. I paid $400. Sorry, I paid $400 for it in Calgary, and I couldn't pass it up because it was too clean. Like I said, the center rib's not even wore in the tires. He said he only ever managed to get it to idle, and then they tried to drive it at their campsite and couldn't make it run enough to do anything with it. So, but I did dump the tank out. I noticed that it had Traxxas fuel in it, so chances are good that's probably 90% of the issue that he had going on. So we'll figure we'll go through it together and see what we get. I haven't moved any of the needles or anything like that, so we'll see how far out to lunch this tune is, if it's any good or not, or the glow plug's fucked or what have you. So we'll find out. They are a nice RTR. My only beef with them is the none of the caster camber rods are adjustable. They're all just these plastic tie rods. But if you buy the Pro 8 version, you can get all the other stuff for it. So it, like I said, it seems pretty decent. I haven't looked to see what the gear mesh is like. Gear mesh is a little bit tight. Oh no, it's not bad. Hey, all aspects. So like $300 US. Yeah, I bet you it's even less than 300 US right now with the Canadian dollar, because I think the Canadian dollar is like 60 cents on the US dollar, so it's probably closer to, yeah, it'd be about just under 3, around 3, somewhere in there. So the I think it was a pretty decent buy for what it was. The engine seems like it has lots of pinch. Don't like high oil fuel. I noticed that these don't like high oil fuel. They seem to work pretty good on that on this 29 stuff, 29% the off-road blend. So that's what I figured we'll try it with today and see what happens. Oh hey Joe, don't be sorry, you're all good, buddy. We've only been chatting for a few minutes. Let's see what we get when we turn the radio gear on. Oh, steering. Ooh, endpoints kind of need to be set up a bit. He's wanging her full open. These radios don't have much adjustability in them. Give that a slight adjustment. I don't really like how far open that pulls that. So one thing I don't like about this kit is some stuff is metric and some stuff is standard, which is kind of annoying. I don't even know if I got a standard one that small. Maybe. I see it's not in my kit. I may have to get that after. What's that? Still a little bit. There we go. See where he's got throttle trim set. There we go. That's more like it. Even brakes. Brakes are good. You blew a servo horn this morning. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I mostly run a lot of 30% on a lot of stuff, but when I'm kind of trying to see where something's at for the first time, I don't like to run 30% just to throw it for the wild unless it's something I know is going to take it. What size motor? This is a Dynamite 28. So anybody who's watched the Nitro Addiction stuff, recently John's had a few of these out. They're not bad engines. I think they're force engines, so they work pretty good. This one, we'll see. Apparently there's not a lot of run on it, so we'll see how it does. We'll see if it takes fuel. Hey Julia, I don't know if I've seen one here before, but welcome. This is my newest addition to my Nitro fleet. It's a Nitro 8T, the RTR version. I have one of these already. Like I said, I originally bought this one so that I could kind of start doing some mods on it. I bought this one just basically because I don't want to touch my other one. It's all stock. I bought it brand new. I like to try and I want to try and see what I can do with this one from stock. You know, so just put all the RTR, the pro stuff on it, just to see how much it takes to make it upgraded. You know, so I thought it'd be fun. Ooh, I don't want to convert anything to the U word. That's good. I'll pass on that one. How much do these cost new? The motor or the buggy or the truggy, Crystal? Yeah, the motors are about these engines from A-Main. I think or eBay even. I think they're about under 120 bucks. The truggy itself, depends if you're in Canada or US. I think they're on sale at A-Main or whatever, but you can pick them up. I know Canadian, they're about $700 Canadian, so that's probably about $500 US, give or take. They're not bad truggies. I have one up there and I've put quite a bit of fuel through it and they work pretty good. But I will say this 28, I know different people will tell you different things, but I find it takes at least a quart of fuel or a liter before they're actually broke in, so that they're not contrary. Because otherwise they tend to get a little bit contrary up to that point. And then once they're about a quart in, they seem to be really good. Sorry, SLC, I missed the Wasteland one yesterday or this morning. I saw it was on there. I'm going to go back and rewatch it. I was out golfing, so I missed it. Sorry. So we know we have radio. We know we got throttle. Well, I guess we'll put it on the test stand and preheat this bad boy and see what we got. I know it's going to need a bunch of suspension setup because these rear shocks are jacked to the tits. So we'll see what we get. Yeah, that's actually compass. That's actually what I was thinking about. I was thinking about pulling this 28 out and actually sticking the LRP or the actual .32 that's in one of my buggies. Yeah, in this, and then put this in a buggy. That was my plan to do this swap-a-roo there. Just because I figured it'd be more advantageous. This would be better in a buggy. Except for, mind you, I've seen John do some super dirty wheelies with that thing, so. See, I tried to collect, I know it sounds kind of funny, but I tried to collect all the different ones. Like I have the 8T, the 8, the 10T, so I'm trying to get all the different versions through. And I don't have the Pro 8 yet. So that's kind of why I bought this one. I want to see what it takes to turn it into a clone Pro version. All right, should we see what we get when we try and fire this thing up? This came from a dude that was a heavy smoker too, so it's a little bit gnarly. I'll turn you guys around. See, can you see that okay? Oh yeah. Let's see what we get. Like I said, I haven't touched the needles on this, so I have no idea what it's going to do. They don't look like they're in horrible spots, but I'll tell you what, I dumped that Traxxas fuel out today and the stuff looked like molasses. So we'll see if we got some plugging issues. Stinky now. Smells like an old ashtray from the guy's house that it was in. I was so tempted to fire this up last night, but I figured I'd wait for you guys and see together what it does. I haven't even pulled the air filter off. I'm looking to throw the carburetor. Christ only knows what that idle gap's set at. There we go. 240. Alright. Get some primage going. Haven't seen anything going into the carburetor yet. Oh, it took it. May have flooded it now. I'll turn you guys back around here again. Just have a chat about it. Woo, it's a little smoky. What do you guys think? Not too bad. I think it'll take a little bit of running to kind of get it kind of dialed in. The guy said that he had enough tanks run through it to break it in, but I know I was kind of giving her a little bit there, but I think I'll probably, after the video today and everything, I'll probably run a full idle tank just to kind of get it run through. Just to, why did I stop it? It was because I didn't think you guys want to keep listening to it. I could leave it run if you want. Oh, what do you want to trade for, OG? I'm listening. You wanted to have that 28 back. What did you say there? Why did I stop it? Where did I got this from? This is another Facebook Marketplace find. So I found it on Facebook Marketplace at a guy in Calgary who was a super nice fella. Him and his son had it, and they're electric guys. They tried to get into the nitro thing and they just couldn't figure it out, couldn't get the tune right. So I know you guys couldn't quite see it, but I'll show you what I had to do there. The high-speed needle was over flush, so that was way out. The low-speed needle was probably in over 1/8 of an inch from flush. And I know that these Dynamite 28s now this is in our altitude, we're quite high in the mountains, like to run a little bit proud from flush. So, yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, Luke. Now that I know that it runs and it's kind of, the tune is kind of close, I think I'll probably run a few circuit tanks through it just to make sure it's good and broke in here, and I'll just let it idle and then get it kind of warmed in a bit, because I think there's a bunch of shmoo in the carburetor too. Like, it seems like it's a little stiff to take prime, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of leftover shit Traxxas fuel in there. So yeah, this one is a steal right now, new. I've seen lots of people have it new online for sales and everything else. But again, that's $3.99 US. The Canadian, I haven't found them much cheaper than that. I mean, I know I paid pretty good money for it used at $300 or at $400 Canadian. But like I said, I know my other one that's up on the shelf, I paid $760 all taxes and everything. So the head isn't actually scratched much. It's got a couple little tiny picks in it, but these mostly look like from the glow igniter. There's no drag marks on it that I can see. There's no, same as the body. There's very little. They tried to get here and there trying to see if they could make it run, and I don't think they got it tuned worth of shit. But I tell you, by the look of the tune, that the only thing that was lean was the idle. Everything else was rich as shit. Nah, it'll be fine. Now, I know that they ran it enough that I'm not super worried about it. But I'm probably gonna run a few idle tanks through it anyway. But as I said, my original intention is probably to change out this 28 and probably put an LRP in it anyway. So I'm not super duper worried about it, but I'm gonna probably, like I said, do a few heat cycles in it anyway, just to kind of get it there. So I'm not super worried about it. If I'm pretty sure the little bit that I just goosed through there, I didn't kill the engine. So yeah, this is my dog. kind of hanging out in front of me here. So that's my puppy, my Nitro puppy. Yeah, you can tell it has a little bit of run on it, not very much. Like I said, there's a few scratches underneath here where they were running it a little bit. So like I said, it had some running. They said they got the braking tanks running, and then they just gave up because they couldn't get it to tune. So I don't think they did any irreparable damage. We'll see. They only ever managed to run about a half a quart through it because they bought 1 quart of that shit Traxxas fuel, and they still had probably about a quarter of it left. I left it there. I didn't even bother taking it. Yeah, I have the same, like I said, I have the same one, and I've never actually managed to mac the cooling head up yet. I've come close, but I haven't yet. This one hasn't even been zip tied, so. Oh, I'm not worried off the guy. Don't worry about that. I take no offenses. Fuck off. So it's all good. Is it raining here? No, not here. It's well, it has been on and off, but not today. It's just cool. We're only sitting at a whopping 12 degrees Celsius. Yo, Bob, what's happening? Sorry, I missed you earlier. I didn't realize you were on here. Good to see you. Isn't it always raining in London, Joe? It's kind of like being on the Maritimes, you know. Hold on 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna close the big door. I gotta open the big door. She's a little bit. We got the old 70s bingo hall going on here. Whew, there, I'll let the old fog roll outside now. Holy, that's a little high. Oh gee. Mind you, that's coming right off the track, but that's high. Once they're done break in, I'm not gonna lie, I don't look at the temperatures anymore. If it's once it's broke in and everything else, and I kind of got the tune kind of base tuned where it's at, the rest of it I just straight up just listen to it. If it's it'll tell you. Though the 8.0s in some of those the MGTs, they run hot all the time. Like they run close to 300 degrees no matter what. If you get them tuned decently, they float around that 300 degree range, 280, 290 ish in there. I hope to I'll take this out a little later. Like I said, I'll run a few idle tanks through it, take it out, see if I can get it dialed in a little bit better. It seems really saggy in the suspension, so I might check the oil in it, because it seems like pretty droopy, and he's got the rears jacked to the tits, so it still seems a little bit droopy. So we'll see. I'll probably just go through it quickly before I kind of take it out. Go through everything, check all the fasteners and whatnot. But it seems pretty decent overall, and it's kind of exactly what he was advertising. So, and it even came with a hump pack battery in it. So all I did was throw a quick charge in it before I kind of came to the live, and it seemed to work. The only thing I question is that this should have, if my other one, if I'm not mistaken, actually has a Losi symbol on this pipe. So I got to see if this is just maybe it's just a different generation, slightly different, maybe a little bit older than mine is. As mine's about a year old. This one's probably about the same or maybe a little bit older. So, and he did buy it brand new, but they just, like I said, they just couldn't get it all dialed in. These are good RTRs though. If anybody's looking to get a cheap RTR truggy that's not that bad. The only thing I will notice is that I think they're geared a little too low. I think the bell's a little small for them. Yours didn't come with the Losi logo? Maybe I'm wrong. I gotta see. I know most of the other ones did. I thought they all came like this one. I thought they all came like that. Like that style pipe, but I could be wrong. That would look good on there, actually. I'll see if I got a header to match that. What do you do with your tongue, Joe? Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. I'm hoping that they don't discontinue these off the guy, like, because they seem to be getting cheaper and cheaper. I've noticed that too. Like on A-Main, they keep knocking the price down. Even at Great Hobbies in Canada, they seem to be coming down and down and down and down. I mean, I know I probably paid a little bit much for this one, but I'm not worried about it. I sold my RS4 this week, and I had a space on the shelf, and I kind of wanted one to try, like I said, to modify. So this one, that's what I bought this one for. And I thought it was a fair price. The 400 I thought was fair. I could have beat the guy up a little bit more. He was asking 5, but I wasn't going to pay the 500 for it because it's just too close to new price. But I thought it was a decent deal. I like the old school logo too. How much did they sell? I sold the RS to a friend. It was an RS4, your Evo RS4 3, and I sold it to a friend of mine who was just starting to get into the nitro hobby, but he really wanted a drift car, so I sold it to him for $200. It was a good deal, but it's a friend, so they get the friend price. And I don't run it. To be honest with you, I know lots of people like the RS4s and everything else, but mine, I just got super aggravated with it. We don't have great enough pavement to do it. So I was like, okay, I'll sell it to you. Yeah, I like the purple and yellow too. This is the body. I thought there was 2 colors of this too. I think you could get the purple and yellow, and I think it was an orange maybe. But because I remember when I bought this, I had a choice of 2 colors, and I went with this. Yeah, I find the same thing too. You got to buy lots of the 2.0 parts. It seems like the 8.0 parts aren't as the 8T parts aren't as common. You have to buy the 2.0, which is fine because that's an upgraded part most of the time. So I haven't, but mind you, to be honest with you, I've flogged mine pretty hard and I haven't broke a single thing. I've done some pretty dirty jumps with it and everything else, and I have yet to break anything. So I really can't say anything about that. Yeah, exactly. But I don't have much fresh blacktop around here, I'll tell you. Not in Canada anyway. And we have such a limited season for stuff like that. That it's such a short window. Yeah, I sold it to a fellow who lives further west into the Kootenays here, and so he's got better access to better pavement and better areas. So he's going to run it in like tennis courts, basketball courts, things like that. He bought drift tires for it. That's what he's into. That's what he wants to do. So I'm like, perfect, give her. You know, that's not my cup of tea. You don't have any on-road compasses? I got a few. Most of the time, I find for me the Jado is the perfect on-road for around here. It'll kind of handle a little bit of shitty pavement, and it's lots of fun. Lots of fun. Exactly. I agree with you, John. You can run them anywhere. See, for me, I run buggies lots in the summer and in the fall, and then in the wintertime, which we're into the fall here now, so we're on borrowed time. I personally will run. I'll run the monster trucks. It's into monster truck season pretty much for me, pretty quick. So I'm into the monster truck season. For me, it tends to come out pretty quick. I'm sure if you look back in any of my old YouTube videos, you'll see some snow running with my MGTs. I like the MGT with the big Joe tire and the fucking and about 3 feet of powder, and it's you don't get any funner than that. Well, that would do it off the guy. But even then, like I think a standard clutch bell. I don't think it needs to be anything fancy. I think the standard clutch bell bearings and everything else is like that's just generic shit. I'm just the only thing that I ever find that you're going to end up needing eventually is like a control arm or an A arm or an axle or something like that. And then the 2.0 is all the same. Oh, sweet. You got some snow, John? We don't have any snow yet. I'm not looking forward to it when we do get it. Do you get much snow where you're at, John? And I don't know your climate that well. Yeah. See, we live at close to 6,000 feet where I'm at in the mountains, so we get we get lots and lots of snow. Like we get anytime now we could be in the snowfall very easily. Yeah, like I've had it where I've had to shovel my roof off and I could walk straight off my roof onto the snow here. That's a normal snow year for us. we get lots of quads and everything running around here all the time. We live pretty close to the boonies. People are allowed to drive them on the street here. Yeah, what's with that off the guy? I don't know if that's a cool comment. Oh yeah, for sure. Like we get, you know it. You lived around here. We get a shitload of snow. But what do you guys figure? Should I do idle tanks in this thing, or should I just say fuck it? Let's take it for a rip and see what happens. What do you guys think? I could move the old Ford and we can rip it up and down the driveway and see what happens. You don't like that idea, OG? Yeah, I'll break it. I'll do it properly. I won't get impatient. this off to the side for now. Now I'll go grab what I was originally going to do this this video with. Just see if we can get it ripping. This is what originally I was going to do the live on. I haven't run this one for a while. Well, you want to run the sand nitro addiction? We could. Yeah, I'll probably do that, bud, just to break this thing in. We'll see if we got a battery for this hot rod. I can grab this end if you want to. Sometimes that thing can get a little contrary, but we can see if it'll run. You guys want to see this one, or you want to see the sand? You pick. Probably a lot of you guys probably haven't seen one of them old 7.7s run. I don't know how it'll run. I have not touched it in a while. Since last winter. Alright, let's put it away. You guys not ready for heavyweight? All right, I haven't looked at this thing in quite a while. See what it even does. Your power. How do you like that radio? That's the original radio that it came with. Well, still has life in it. All right, let's see if this fucking old bugger will start. Shall we? Take her over to the tuning table. Turn you around. Let's see what happens, shall we? This one, I run 2016 in. Oh, this is, yeah, 2016. Because it does not like high test fuel. Apparently these engines are not super big fans of it. Let's give her some heat. This thing still smells like an old machine shop. I got it from a guy who has a machine shop. This was actually up on a shelf close to the ceiling. So it smells like cutting oil. Sometimes I forget how big this fucking engine actually is. It's humongous. Ooh, nice and warm. Yeah, the cylinder head in this thing's bigger than a beer can. I converted this one to a roto start because I got tired of ripping my fingers off. Nope, one way slipping. May or may not start. One way is slipping. Come on. Oh, it wants to. Well, it's been sitting a while. Still pretty cold. That's better. Put a bunch more fuel on the high speed. Oh, I think I put too much. Whew. Hopefully that one way won't give me contrary again. Not bad for sitting for so long. Yeah, I know, Compass. I gotta actually I'm going to put an exhaust system in this garage just because I do this a lot. And then when it gets to be minus 30, last thing I want to do is open the door. So I end up sitting in here too much and soaking in all the nitro fumes, which is not exactly the best. But it seems to be running not too bad considering how long it's been sitting. Like I haven't fired this up since last Christmas. I thought it was going to be way more contrary than that. I can always go move the old Ford and we can see what it drives like, I guess. It doesn't seem to be shifting in the second very nicely. Thanks, Compass. Thanks for that. All right. I'll turn it off, then I'll go move the old Ford, and then we'll take it for a rip up and down the driveway. You guys just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay. You guys still with me? Yeah, 5 Ford trucks. Yeah, that's my old 89 Ford. I like that old thing. All right. See if this old bird will start again. Whoopsie. Needs a little lean out. You know what I keep forgetting about this, fellas? It's got reverse. I always forget. Ooh, now she's starting to warm up. I can't remember where reverse is in this stupid remote. You know? You know, that whole thing's running pretty good now. Man, for a big old truck. Oh, it is shifting. Oh, there, it's out of fuel. Perfect. Man, that's the best that's run for a long time. I'll move you guys over here. Yeah, more bushes in it than anything else. There she is. Only broke off a handful of drain tubes on my house. But they didn't break off, they just popped off. I'll put them back on after. probably want it even more now, John, hey? See what I did, it's gonna burn my finger. Where'd the tuning screwdriver go? There we go. Just make sure it was on the bottom dead center. That worked pretty good, actually. I think it needs a little bit of tuning for the gears, but it burned that whole tank, that half a tank of fuel up without any grief. And the engine didn't get too hot. No, it's sitting at about 200. Looks pretty good. I had a fuck of a time with this last year, trying to get it tuned to the point where I actually pulled the engine out and put the other engine I had in it in. So, but no, it seemed to work pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I know if you play with the bottom end, you can get it a little bit better, and it does do wheelies and everything, and it'll hang the front tires, which is surprising for how heavy this thing is. But it is a 3-speed in these things as well. So I could hear it hit first and second in that short space of the driveway, but not, I didn't get all the way up to third. Obviously, not quite enough space. But these sound way different than anything else. And obviously you can see the size of the exhaust on it. That's actually the Sen exhaust to boot, right? But it actually started not too bad, considering this piece of rubber here is actually just for insulation because it gets so friggin' hot. Yeah, the 3-speed does work for this, and I even have the factory lockout clunk that goes in the tank, because some guys lock the third gear out, just because this thing is a fairly hefty chunk of mass, and when you get it all the way up to third gear, it gets a little bit freaky when it's coming at you, because it's probably a good 30 pounds of shit coming at you, you know, so it gets a little bit unruly. I even have a brand new set of shocks for it. I got, yeah, all the linkages, everything. Like, I got a whole schwack of parts, brand new fuel tank, new in box. I got all kinds of parts for this thing. Yeah, I have accidentally hit myself with this thing before, and I'll tell you what, I thought I broke my leg. It's a hefty truck. I bet you this has a good 5 pounds plus on a Savage. Like it's a good piece of stuff. I'd like to figure out which button is reversed. I should sort that out, because I know it has reverse. I just don't remember which button it is. Literally, it's this servo right here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, John, at how much this thing weighs. I should throw it on a scale and see. If I'm going to mail it to you, I'll have to mail it to you in one piece at a time, so the shipping doesn't cost $900. There's some trees. Yeah, I bet you it probably is more than that, to be honest with you. Any other old fellas on here recognize this remote? Tell me which one is reversed. 2 trim functions. That's on and off. I'll just start pushing buttons and let's see what happens. I think when I wrote this bag. There it goes. That's a trim. That's a trim. That's a trim. Oh, there's reverse. Found it. It's this switch on the side. I made that more complicated than it had to be. Huh. Found it. Nailed it. I keep thinking that's a power switch. That's reverse. I better mark that. Next year I won't friggin' remember. There. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'd upgrade the, if I was you, John, if you wanted to run this thing, I would upgrade this radio gear. I mean, it's cool to have it because it's the original stuff. And it is a fairly high option radio for AM. Like it has all the functions, all the trim settings, everything else. It's a nice radio, but it's old school AM, which is kind of dangerous too. Like I said, I try to keep it all as original as I can. Yeah, when this thing's tuned in and it goes, I bet you this would be close to a 50-mile-an-hour truck when you get it wound right out and get it into third gear. It gets pretty, but it's so heavy it gets pretty wishy-washy, right? It gets pretty scary. I actually, Compass, that's the only reason I get electrics every once in a while is because I use them to trade by. Same thing. Yeah, I agree. I agree, John. It's runaways suck. I've had a few. My RC10 last year, I lost control of it and it fucked off and I jumped across the road, hit a bank, nailed a house, hit a holiday trailer. It was it was not a good deal. I didn't hurt anybody's property, but it sure took me a long time to find all the parts to fix my RC10 after that. Yeah, these tires are, I don't know if they're much bigger than the Savage tires, but they're fairly large, and these are the original Sen tires, so they even have Sen written on them. They're 134 122s. So they're a fair size tire. Like, I would get a XL tire to compare it. There are rocks everywhere now. That's an XL tire. So you can see the comparison. They're probably half an inch taller. They're probably about a half an inch taller. So these say that they're, what do they say? They don't say on it. Yeah, they're probably at least a half an inch taller. Yep. That's a factory XL tire. Well, John, you know my weakness. Buggies are my weakness. We could talk. Hey? But this is a cool old truck. The other one, in a lot of ways, is cleaner than this one, but this one is complete. Like this one is the complete package. It's a running driving truck. The other one, the chassis and frame and everything is still all original. Somebody stripped the anodizing off of this one. It used to be red, and the guy I got it off of that owned that machine shop, stripped all the aluminum anodizing off it and made it silver. Did a nice job, but it's not red anymore. I do like that he put these Dupro clip holders in the body. Did a nice job of that. That was not me. I saw that you said something in your video today, OG, when I was watching it. So I'm curious to see what you pull out next. I will talk you into that, OG. I don't like it. I run everything. I can't leave something in a box. That's just sacrilege, man. Hey, that's for museums. I'm not a museum. You're not a museum. I didn't look to see, did I miss any comments when I was pissing around there? Joe, are you still on here or did you have to go? Just looking to see if Joe had a bail. I must have missed him. No, I run everything. The only thing that I don't run is my pan car up there, and that's the only reason I don't run that is because I can't get tires. I refuse to spend $300 for tires for it from Portugal, and it just won't happen. Yeah, they're only new ones. I get it, but I can't. I run everything. I mean, the only difference is if I get super rare stuff, like you got some really nice stuff, OG, and often you just don't launch them off of big jumps. That's all. You still run them. You just don't launch them off of big ramps. Yep. Everybody gets their cherry popped eventually. Unless you're a nun. I don't know, OG. I got some that I won't ramp, like won't jump. I do, but just mildly, not. I don't have the full send it for those ones. Yeah, I do like the Proline Big Joes too. I think that they are actually probably the best compromise. Those, what are they called? Not the Big Joes. Oh, the other Proline ones, but geez, I'm drawing a blank on them. They're friggin' heavy. They're super heavy. I had them on my one Revo, and they kept blowing the transmission up just because of the unsprung weight. And I took them off, and the Revo gained like 10 miles an hour. And I actually put them on an MGT of my buddy's, the 8.0, because he's got enough poop to turn them. Oh, no way, Compass. You see all the boxes up top there? Look it. See all those boxes? Those are all my new stuff that I bought. And I save the boxes, but I run everything. Make sure I'm actually looking back there. Hey Rinks, what's happening, buddy? I'm just gonna go shut the doors so people next door don't hear me yarning at you guys. Now that I'm not running anything. I am surprised you don't have anything new, Compass. I would have figured you did with all your collection of stuff. I have a weird opinion of new stuff. Like, some guys don't like new. I personally feel like if we don't buy the odd new thing, the manufacturers will eventually quit making new stuff. So I feel like us as a community need to cough up to buy new shit once in a while. I don't have a new offner with a factory Pico. I saw that OG, dog's cute as shit. I'm a dog guy though. I'm not a cat guy. Cats generally just don't like me. I don't know why. Cats don't like me, and little dogs don't like me. Yeah, like I said, man, everybody's entitled to whatever they want to do for new and old and used. And I do buy my share of used as well because I want to try and keep the stuff from going in the closets and never get used. But I feel like if we don't buy new stuff once in a while, the manufacturers won't keep making it. There just won't be any money in it for them. So it's you gotta buy the new stuff once in a while. Like I was really super stoked to see OG buy that new Yosho because that's a great buggy for one, and for two, it helps manufacturers keep making them. Like I know the only thing that keeps the buggies alive for the most part is the racing. Otherwise, like if there was a racing circuit for monster trucks, there'd be more monster trucks, I'm sure. But like I'm a little disappointed in the new Savage because everybody said that they get lots of grief with it. But I'd love to see more Savages, more things like the Savage. Like I'd love nothing more than to see Team Associated remake the MGT. That would float my boat to no end, I tell you what. Oh, I agree, Austin. There's nothing wrong with the odd shell queen here and there. I get you. The 34? You seen that here? The reason that's the 34 is because that's the number that I bought this when this was number 34 in my collection of 50. So I wrote that there just so I remember. That's what the number is. Oh yeah, I haven't put one on the Losi one yet. That'll be 49 again because I sold my that Evo, that RS4. So now That one's 49 again because my 50th one is coming on my birthday. It's in the house, but I'm not allowed to have it till my birthday. I'll tell you right now, Compass, I will be at 50 at my birthday, but right now I'm at 49 plus 2 boats. So if you want to count the boats, that's it. But man, I wouldn't help it. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to help myself. I'd have to run that. It wasn't even that slobbery today, really. Last time I run this thing, it was so slobbery. Yeah. I'm not a big boat guy. Right? Yeah. Yeah, the only other ones that I'm kind of missing from my collection is I don't have a Savage 21. I got a Savage 25 and a Savage X, and I have the Savage XL, but I don't have the 21. That'd probably be the next monster truck I go after. Hey, two. How's it going, buddy? Thanks for coming. We just finished running my my Sen 7.7, and we're tied into my new Losi truggy that I picked up. I'll bring it back over. Well, I got this here. I'm just gonna put the number over here so I don't forget. There. John, you got any Savage 21s? You must. These? They are as fun as they look. They fly super straight too, which is kind of really nice. This one I just picked up on Facebook Marketplace. I have the identical sister to this, or the identical twin. Oh, I figured you'd have a 21 for sure. But you have the fuel tank. Maybe you'll get there in pieces. One piece at a time. One piece at a time. Sweet Jesus. Sorry, I won't sing. I'll spare you. This one I'm excited to run a few tanks through it just to see what it works like after it's all broke in. Yeah, it's actually funny. I got an NGT over there that I originally bought for parts, thinking that I was just going to, it was just going to be parts, just going to be parts. That's what I even told my wife when I bought it. It's just going to be parts. And then I brought it home and I'm like, oh, I got a piece for this. I got that part. I got this part. I got that part. Next thing I know, it's a running and driving truck, and now it's no longer parts. Is that between the 25 you're talking about, John? I missed that. What is the difference between a 25 and a 21? I don't know, to be honest with you. What buggy did I just buy that came with a body? Trying to remember now. I just bought a buggy that came with a body that was super rare. You know what, Kim? Welcome, by the way. And I don't have a Sportworks yet. I won't say never, but I don't have one yet. $25 is a 4-1. So is it the 25 has the 4-1 and the 21 had what? Not a 21. There's the purple, gray, and black one. Geez, you know, I saw one of those for sale not that long ago. The guy didn't say what it was. I think it's still for sale. It's in a little town, in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, that I gotta drive through all the time. Has the red, gray, and black. I saw a few of those lately. The red bodies. I haven't seen many of the purple bodies. Yeah, I think the X body is my favorite. The blue and silver one, like the one that John has. That's by far my favorite body. The 4.1 is orange and silver. Right on, thanks, Corey. Red springs on the shocks. Yeah, I seem to remember Joe mentioning something about that one time. That had red springs on the shocks, because I think he's got pieces of a 21. Maybe between his pieces and John's pieces, we could actually make a Savage. And this thing's got some dirty pinch. I really gotta, mine, I never bothered putting the stickers on the wing. I left the wing black, only for the simple reason that if I ever wreck anything, it's always the wing. So I never put the stickers on the wing, but it looks really good with the stickers on it. I should probably do that, because it looks really good. This one's got a little bit, somebody didn't quite do a very nice job trimming it. That's better. And trim it before I rip it off with the air when I go to clean this thing. This doesn't smell like an ashtray now. Sorry for anybody that smokes on here. This was in a smoker's household. It smells like an ashtray. That plastic just tends to absorb it. What fuel is in front of me? Which one? This one or this one? This is the Sidewinder 29, which I tend to run in a lot of stuff that's vintage or just for testing purposes. If I don't know what the engine's going to do, I'll throw that 29 in there. This is 30. It's not 3016. This is 3010. This is the Pro Blend Sidewinder. Yeah, the blue is Sidewinder. This is Sidewinder as well. And then what I did put in that sand was actually XP fuel, super old fuel that you can't buy anymore, but it has a high oil content and it's a good castor based fuel. That's I got a jug of it right here. That's this old fuel. XP fuel. Bet you none of you guys have seen this stuff before. Especially you Americans. This was actually made in Edmonton. It's a good fuel. It actually has COTS, castor oil in it. Works really good. I got a whole bunch of this stuff from a hobby store that was getting rid of it. Which one did I just pick up that I really bottom? That bugged me. Oh well. No, a lot of people wouldn't have seen that fuel. Even when you Google it, it's a very small. It was a very small delivery. And I think that there's a fuel manufacturer in Edmonton, Alberta, that was making it for the hobby store back in the heyday. And it's actually. It was a joint venture between this fuel manufacturer and XP and COTS to make it. Must have been back when the hobby stores were all thriving and going through shitloads of it. It's part of my favorite thing. Compass is doing the research on the nitros. It's my favorite thing anyway. This will be fun to. I'll do some idle tanks on this one a little later. Just so I can make sure it's well broken in. Times. All right, fellas. I actually think I'm going to head for the day. I got a few things I got to tidy up before I go back to work tomorrow. I really thank everybody coming. Anybody who hasn't smashed the like button, if you could, it'd be greatly appreciated. I do appreciate you guys coming. Again, I'll keep doing these every week at 2 o'clock. So anybody that's willing to show up and bullshit about some nitros, if you guys got any ideas of anything you want to see or anything you want to run next week, shoot me a message or let me know. And we can run something different next week. Or if you guys want, we can actually do a live right straight down from my buddy's big shop down there, and then maybe just I'll have that Losi buggy all kind of dialed in, and we can take it down there and do some shenanigans if everybody wants to do that. Let me know if anybody has any great ideas. Other than that, have a great work week. I know that's kind of an oxymoron, but have a great work week and try and see if everybody stays safe. And we'll chat on you on either everybody else's lives through the week or John's lives through the week. Don't miss him. He does them every day through the week, man, which is a massive commitment, and I sure do appreciate it, John. Everybody, have a great one, and have a good one.